Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the post-race press conference from the Daytona Supercross 2021. It was a great night of racing. Congratulations to Eli Tomac, Cooper Webb, and Aaron Plessinger in the 450 division. And in the 250 division, Cameron McAdoo, congrats on the win. Styles Robertson, Pierce Brown rounding out the podium. Great night of racing for all you guys. Eli, I'm going to come to you first. You said during the broadcast in this pre-recorded thing that we saw that you're not about records, you're not worried about it, but it would also be kind of cool to get that fifth win and tie the record here at Daytona with Ricky. Now that you've done it, what's it feel like just to get 5 of them here at this legendary race?
It's a little hard to believe. I mean, 5 out of the past 6 years is more than I would ever have expected, right? And like I said on the podium, I can only credit to just like the track. It just fits me, right? Like whether you like it or not, like certain guys are better in certain conditions, right? And like this style is me. So that's what gets me there. Tonight we had a great start from the beginning. You know, that was key, crucial as usual. Yeah, and just having fun on the bike here.
That start too, it wasn't like it was a great start from the drop all the way. You made a move in the first corner. Kind of take me through that decision and how you pulled it off, because it was, you executed perfect. As everyone drifted wide, you cut under again. Just take me through that moment and the decision that you made to make that move.
Yeah, what was I? I was like 6th pick. I was just, my goal was just to be probably the second guy in line going into that first turn, because I knew I was too far inside to really get the whole shot. I knew I was going to get swept, but as long as I was number 2, from watching the previous races, I knew I had a chance to, come out top 5 there if I controlled the inside, being number 2 at least. So, and that's exactly what happened, and then I got in front and by turn 3 and turn 2. It
was an awesome move. Good job and good ride tonight. Michael Antonovich, we will come to you first. Take it away, guys. Where'd he go? Jason Wygant, we'll go. Oh, there's Anton. Michael Antonovich, go ahead. Unmute.
Sorry, guys. Eli, for you, after you win so much, sometimes it becomes a little second nature and these don't seem so monumental. You really celebrated this one tonight. When you went over the finish line, you looked directly into the crowd, went up to the wall, burned off the tire. After not having such a dominant season this year, how does this one rank in other lists of achievements, especially for how it's a must-win situation for your title?
Yeah, I needed this. Like I said, I haven't had a good. I've struggled the past 3 or 4 rounds, like really struggled, just not being, me, if I want to say it that way. So, like I said, I've been looking forward to this race at this point, the way the last 2 have gone. So, huge way. I'm still in a pretty good hole points wise. I got a lot of work to do, but at that being said, it kind of makes me feel like I'm still, somewhat kind of in the game, right? As to where if I would have got beat by Ken and Cooper again, it's like, wow, I'm really out of the game now. So that was big for us.
Cool. Thank you.
Steve Mathis.
AP, question for you. Wow, what a ride. You were great all day and night. Some sort of super secret Daytona testing. Did you make some changes to the bike? What was the genesis of this amazing ride? This is really good. Can you tell us about the week coming in, and is this a Daytona thing only, or are we going to see this more often?
Nah, you're going to see this. You're going to see this more often. We've been putting in the work. We've been testing. We've been trying things left and right, and I've been kind of a guinea pig with it, which I appreciate, and I love trying new things, and especially if they work. So, yeah, we've been putting in the work at the farm, and we made a lot of good changes, and yeah, it was an awesome day from the get-go. Qualified 8th, and heat race went awesome. Starts were great all day, and yeah, I loved it. It was so much fun. Wish I could have kept it up there at the end, but Coop he outplayed me, and yeah, all I could ask for was a podium. It's been 2 years since I've been in the 450, and this is my first podium, so it was a long time coming.
Great work. Thanks.
Thanks.
Steve Giverson.
There we go. I'm new to this. So for Aaron, was that probably the best third place trophy you've ever gotten? I mean, breaking your heel here a couple years ago and then, you know, making the comeback to get up there tonight. Talk about that.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think you could say that. You know, yeah, I've had a rough time here. My first year here had the flu. Second year here, I shattered my heel. So last year was all right. But yeah, I was definitely due one here, and I think I got it done tonight, and couldn't be more happy.
Thanks.
David Iser.
Thanks, Daniel. Going to Styles. I've lost kind of how many times I've seen you on Ricky's amateur races for the podium. It seems like you're always super focused. After last week, basically not even counting as your debut, what does this mean to get your podium after a debut like that and to get it at Daytona?
Yeah, after last weekend, I kind of went back to the drawing board, you know, and I was a little down in the dumps, but, you know, I knew I didn't really get a fair shot at it. And coming in this week, we got a really good prep at the Baker's factory. And, yeah, honestly, all day I was getting better and better. And then right before the main, I made the decision to put the knobby back on and paid off, got the start. And honestly, when I got out front, I didn't know no better. So I just started putting in my laps, and then it set in halfway. I was like, wow, I'm leading Daytona right now. And I didn't really get tired or tighten up in the arms. It's more so just mental, really. I was just like, what do I do now? But no, it was good. McAdoo got around me, and I knew he had good speed, so I just wanted to salvage it and bring her home on the podium.
Congratulations, Styles.
Thank you.
Jason Wygant.
Thanks. This one is for Cooper Webb. Hey, Coop, take us through that first lap. You made a really key pass on Ken Roxon, and I don't think Roxon was too happy about it. Just take me through that move that you made there.
Yeah, it was second turn, and I had a great start. Me, him, and Eli were all right there, and Eli was on my inside, and Kenny was on my outside, so I kind of just went through the middle there and wanted to make sure I could get ahead of Ken, and yeah, just made the move right there in that second turn, and then followed in behind Eli. And yeah, I was a little tight there the first half of the race, and AP was riding really well and got around me, and him and Eli were really putting down some good laps there at the beginning. And yeah, I had some things to figure out, but as the race got going, I started getting better and figured some lines, and yeah, I was able to make, you know, that last lap effort there at the end, which was critical. And yeah, it was overall, it was a good night of racing, and points wise was yeah, about almost as good as you can get.
Thanks.
Dan Beaver, NBC Sports.
For Aaron, does this track being a little bit of a hybrid motocross, did that play into the favor for you, or was it that is a tough track, or is it just your night?
I think a little bit of both, you know. I've really liked this track. I've raced here as an amateur, and you know, had some success, and yeah, I think it was my night as well. I had a really good day. I don't think I've ever qualified. I mean, if I've qualified in the top 10 in 450s, it's been a pretty good day for me. So I don't think I've done that before, and the heat race was awesome, and the main was even better. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep this going and hopefully click off some podiums here in the next few weeks.
Ravista Moto.
Daniel, hey, Eli, I wonder if you could talk a little bit about, in light of your pedigree and your championship history, can you talk a little bit about how aware you are about what the media says or doesn't say about your intensity or your focus maybe, or your lack of podiums so far this season? Does that come into, are you aware of that, or you are so in tune with your testing and training, and is that something that you're just not, you sort of tune out?
I do what I can to tune out. I mean, whether you like it or not, you do do, you know, see some things or read some things, but for the most part, I'm a pretty quiet guy on the social media stuff. So really, it's like when I have a bad race, I just, you know, I'm not reading other things as much, you know, because the only guy that really knows is myself and the team on that current situation or that night. So that's my outlook on it, and that's it, you know. And as for this year, yeah, the last few races have not been good, you know, not where I expected myself, and have work to do that way. So that's it.
Great. Thank you, Eli.
Mitch Kendra.
Hey, Aaron, congrats on the podium finish. Just real quick, so how did your battle with Cooper Webb in the heat race, how did that help you when you guys were going at it in the main event, be able to say, oh, he did this in the heat race, I can work and, you know, make up time with him here? How was that? How did you benefit from battling him earlier in the night?
Yeah, in a sense, you know, the lines were really, really different. I knew I was faster in some sections, but, you know, he was really, really good in others. And I knew if I could get close to him, at least in the sections that before the sections that I was better than him, I could really reel him in and try and make the pass. But, you know, the inside on the sand section was really, it was dodgy. It could have been like good or bad. You never really knew. So I just kind of sent it in there and was hoping it was good, and it was. And yeah, made the pass, and it was a clean pass.
Cool, thanks.
Nick, Moto Limited.
This will be for Cameron. So Cameron, obviously today was your first 250 win. You're leaving here with the red plate. Take us through those emotions. We've seen when you were over the finish line, you were so pumped. Take us through these emotions and sort of leading into the next round, the motivation it's going to bring.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably have better words tomorrow, but it felt great. It feels great right now. We had a really good day all day. I felt good in practice, qualified second. Usually qualifying is not my forte, I guess, but I've improved on it. And yeah, I won my heat race, and then just didn't get the best start in the main, and then I just, you know, focused forward and did my best, and it felt great, and it still does. So to win is amazing. Like, you know, that's my first win, and to win here in Daytona is even cooler. And on top of that, yeah, we're going into the third round with the red plate, and it's very motivating. We're gonna continue to work this week and go to Texas with some good momentum. So that was a good one.
Awesome. Thanks, Daniel.
Alex Gilbert.
Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, Alex Gilbert, MotoOnline.com. This one's for Cooper, just to elaborate a bit more on what Weege sort of asked you earlier. Did you hear anything that Roxon said from the podium after the main event at all, or?
Yeah, when we got back, he was running his mouth, but I didn't really hear what he said on the podium or anything. But, I mean, he wasn't too pumped, but, I mean, I'm not too sure why. You know, I saw an opening and went for it. So, you know, he's really focusing on himself this year, and clearly he showed how much he's focusing on himself.
Yeah, all right, thanks.
Anthony Sansada.
Hey guys, just a question for Pierce. Pierce, it's been a long road. You mentioned some highs and lows on the podium. Talk a bit about that. And did you expect a podium out of yourself tonight?
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I was off the bike for 4.5 months, and it's been about 8-9 months since I've lined up. So yeah, first race back, it was just the nerves felt like it was my first race ever. I did not expect to be on the podium, but I'm not complaining. I knew all the prep that we've been doing, I was capable of it, but I just felt like it would be a couple more rounds until it happened. But it happened first round, so first round for me at least, and I couldn't be happier.
Nice, great work. Thanks, Daniel.
Brian Starr. Actually, this question is from Brian Starr. It's for Cameron McAdoo. What will you remember about your first victory, say 20 years from now? I know that's hard to predict, especially when you said you have more words tomorrow. If you could just think about tonight when you get older. What do you think you'll remember about this night?
Oh, honestly, going over the finish line and getting to ride up to the wall and do that burnout, that's probably one thing that you'll never forget, and that feels good. And then getting over to the podium and pulling up to the team and everyone that's done all the work together and like it was pretty emotional. Like, you know, it was really fun. We really enjoyed it. So yeah, those are the two things that I'll always remember that for sure. And yeah, they always say your first one feels good, and it really does. So I'm stoked.
MX Cube, are you wanting to get in on this? No. Steve Mathis, come back around to you.
Yeah, a question for McAdoo. Hey, man, it wasn't that long ago that, you know, you got a fill-in ride with TLD. You were kind of a last-minute spot there at Pro Circuit. You're the point leader now. You just won Daytona. Like, it's really a cool part where you can kind of tell other riders, like, hey, man, I had to, you know, I was at the bottom of the barrel there a little bit and had to fight for jobs, and now look how things can turn. And so you got to be so super stoked on where you've been and where you're going right now.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I don't want to, you know, like put this crazy, huge rags to riches story together, you know, but that's kind of how my story went, right? And I've had some really good opportunities throughout my career, even starting my pro career, going back to, you know, riding for the Moto Concepts guys, and they believed in me. And there's been so many people along the way who have believed in me. But I think, like, just most importantly, at times when I would go into the off season with no ride, I would just go buy a bike, you know, and keep training. And like, I think those are the times that make this much sweeter. And I think that make it feel this good because those times are tough, but yeah, I feel like I've earned my keeps here, and I'm really excited to be in this position.
Steve Giberson.
Hey, for Pierce, you know, it was a building process for you. Injuries, you know, in the last season, and then coming back first race and doing well. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely been a building process. I didn't get any off season, or I got maybe 6 weeks, but still that's 3 months less than what I was wanting. And I came in like super unprepared, and I just kind of just rode out there. I knew I was unprepared. I knew I didn't have a full off season, and but I trust my ability, and just went out there, rode my own race, and got in the flow. And next thing I know is in third place. And yeah, Justin Cooper was right on me on the last lap. I don't know how close he was, but he was right there. And just had to put my head down, dig deep, and make it happen. But yeah, it's just been a process for sure. A lot of highs, a lot of lows, but this is definitely one of the highs.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Jason Wygant. And if there's anyone not on mute, just mute your whoever that is. Who's got someone doing burnouts by him.
AKA Will.
Yeah, Will. Mute. And go for it.
This is for Cameron McAdoo. You mentioned working with Nick Way. It's a pretty high-profile guy. You're on a high-profile team. I think you train with Adam Cianciarulo, as a high-profile guy also. How did you find yourself working with those guys?
Yeah, actually, like, it was when I first signed with Pro Circuit Kawasaki, and I reached out to Nick Way. That was I felt like he had things that I could really benefit from, and it was kind of a far shot. I was like, you know, I'm not sure if he'll be willing to work with me or have the time, and so on and so forth. So I reached out to him, and he was very motivated to work with me. He was like, I feel like we could help you in a lot of ways. And And so that's, you know, where it's all started. And it's really fun to be able to train with Adam. And I mean, he's won on this bike. He's been with this team a lot too. And yeah, it's good. I can learn a lot from him, and I learn a crazy amount from Nick. Like he has a lot of knowledge in the sport, and he's been through it. So he really helps me. Just he gives me a calm sense, and is really doing well at teaching me what I need to be better at. So yeah, that's kind of how it all happened. And yeah, I'm really enjoying working together with those guys and getting to ride with Adam as much as we can, and just hitting the gym together and everything like that. I have a really good group around me, and I'm stoked on it.
David Iser.
Thanks. Did we lose Eli? Is he still there?
There
I'm here.
Hey, Eli. Congratulations. I know that you're tied with RC, but you win the tiebreaker with that burnout. So if you get a number 6, man, how are you going to top that?
Oh, I don't know. You know, what was cool is well, it's not cool that the fans weren't like right there, but that's how I was able to stick the front end up on the wall, right? And then, you know, put the wheel on the wall. So normally, like, we don't have the wall to push up against. So that was that. But anyway, yeah, cool. We'll see what happens.
I know how much you hate this kind of attention during the week. And was this just, I mean, you had Jarrett, interview with Jarrett and all that stuff about this. Was it distracting with you struggling this season, even having to worry about all these questions about tying RC's record?
I don't know. It was just talk to me. So I always know I have a chance here. So I didn't really didn't mind it.
Are you going to win next year? No, I'm just kidding. Back to you, Dan. Thanks, Daniel.
Trent, Moto Limited.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. This one's for Styles. You sort of touched on it earlier on, the rough start that you had last week, round 1, to bounce back this week. This has got to be a big shift in confidence for you, but was it also to do with the track, or was it more just a bit more luck went your way this week?
No, I'd like to say just a bit more luck. You know, got a good start, and you know, I believe in my ability, and I feel like I've had pretty good speed this off season. You know, honestly, just rookie year, I'm just trying to build every race. You know, so we'll go from here and just show up to Arlington and try to get better every race. You know, I'll take this one, and hopefully we can get one step better. But if not, we just want to be better every time we get out on the track.
Yeah, what a way to start your rookie season. Thanks.
Thank you.
Revista Moto.
Thank you. Hey, Cooper, when you look, do you think in a few weeks' time you'll look back and you'll say, this was the race that made my championship? Do you think there was such a critical point-saving race where you finished in on the podium?
Yeah, I would like to think so. I mean, it's everyone jokes and says, you know, it starts at Daytona. So, I mean, it's every race is important, absolutely. But you know, we're at the back half of halfway now, so plenty of racing left. But yeah, I mean, you know, points are crucial, and you know, at this point, it can go either way. So tonight was definitely crucial to make the most of it and get a second place. You know, honestly, didn't gel too well all day, so I was super happy with the second. And like you said, I think you know, later down the line, I'm sure that I'll look at this race and say, man, it was a crucial one for sure. And even with just the attitude of the championship and stuff like that. So you know, we'll see where it takes us, but happy with the night and keep plugging away.
Anthony Sansada.
Yeah, just a question for Eli. Eli, as you look a little deeper into the season, you see those 3 rounds there at Atlanta that are also in a speedway. Does that give you a little confidence going into the back half if you can get through Dallas pretty good to get back in the title shot?
Yeah, I'm looking at those and I'm like, you know, those are going to be good for us. You know, there's certain tracks, certain stadiums that I would say even just suit each other's riding styles and our motorcycles, and the high speed stuff I think is going to suit me. So those are the rounds. Yeah, I've got to make those work. And looking at those tracks look massive. So it'll be pretty cool to see how those are built.
Nick, Moto Limited.
This will be for Pierce. So in the main event, then obviously first race back on the podium. Last lap, you could hear Justin coming behind you. What was going through your head? Obviously, you want to keep this thing on the box. So where was your head? What were you thinking the whole time?
Yeah, I was just trying to stay calm out there, but my mind was going crazy just from the start. I had a really good start, but I just got pinched off in the second corner, and then I found myself in like 6th or 7th. Had some work to do. Some guys fell, but I was making passes left and right, and I don't know if it was before or after halfway, but I found my way into 3rd, and then just kind of settled in, put my laps down, and I heard a star bike behind me. I knew it was Cooper for sure. And then, yeah, as I was going out of the stand, I could see him coming in. And then 2 laps to go, I lost track of him. So I was like, oh, he's on me. Like, I got to go. And then I see the white flag. And I just told myself how to just dig deep, hit, make all the rhythms. That rhythm before the finish was really tough. That 3-3-3 just to get it every lap was a struggle. So I just had to hold my breath until that section, put it down, and then yeah, I was home from there.
Awesome, great ride. Thanks, mate. Thanks, Daniel.
Thank you.
Alex Gobert.
Yeah, this one's for Eli. Was there any particular improvements that you made with the weekend off that could potentially help you, as we get into this back half of the season?
Not anything out of the ordinary. So I don't know. My body felt good all day. Physically, I was on, the whole main, and that was key. Maybe it was just clean air, but no major, no game changing things, to the motorcycle or to the program.
Yep. Just all came together. Well done.
Yep.
Last question, Steve Mathis with Moto X Pod.
Question for Coop. Hey, Coop, how far off do you go off your settings for this Daytona race? And obviously you guys probably built a Daytona section. Do you think that stuff actually helps when it comes to this race, or is it a little bit being too prepared, as I've seen in my experience before?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool that everyone does it and goes out of the way to make it happen, but I started pretty soft today and just kept stiffer, and really wasn't far off from what I've been racing all my other races. So it's easy to overthink, that's for sure. And you never know. I mean, sometimes, like, it always seems to me they're adding more sand, and that's hard to get your bike right no matter what. But to me, the rhythms tonight were honestly normal rhythms, and so yeah, the high speeds and stuff like that, but there wasn't many like moguls or anything like that, like the outdoor style that they kind of throw in. It was more, to me, like full rhythms, and then just obviously the sand, and the one straightaway was just pretty much singles the whole time. So anyway, yeah, I mean, it's maybe it's cool, to switch it up and ride a Daytona section, but to be honest, yeah, I don't think it ever really is relevant when we get there.
Thank you.
Right on, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Congratulations again, Eli, Cooper, Aaron, and to guys, Cameron. Good job getting that first one. And Styles, Pierce, welcome to the Supercross podium. We'll catch you all in Arlington. Thanks again for tuning in. See ya.